Well, I tell you what, I come here with some regularity, but this is a gathering. This is a really good demonstration of our police organization who's here, and I think from a media standpoint, you'll get a feeling of how excited they are about this rollout, because this is something that, you know, we just didn't come up with yesterday. We've been working with this now for a while. Today, we're here to talk about how we are going through Star Watch, work smarter, more efficient in fighting crime, solving crime, and making Montgomery a safer community. Now, all I did was say, let's do it. Let's find the money to get it done, and we gave it to the bright minds that we have in MPD and the bright minds that we have in IT organization, because nobody stands as an island to do that. And so today, to talk you through what Star Watch really is all about and to give you some examples of how we use Star Watch, I want to first to introduce Sergeant Alan Burr and Corporal Donald Lowe.
Good morning, everybody. As the mayor said, thank you guys for coming to what we call the Star Center. This program allows community members to help us fight crime. This is a partnership that we have with businesses, with the schools, with even private citizens throughout the city of Montgomery. This program allows the police department to work with community leaders to use the technology that's already in place to help us fight crime. And with that, we'd like to discuss a couple examples, ways that Star Watch can be used to help the community.
Good morning, everybody. So, if you can imagine, say we get a call in an apartment complex, and there's a suspicious person in the parking lot. And you gotta think, all we do is we get a phone call. We don't have a picture or anything to go by. But officers or personnel down here, they hear this call on the radio, they're able to pull up cameras in that area. They'll be able to see if there's actually a person in that parking lot, see if he's committing a crime, and then also very quickly be able to take that video evidence, screenshot it, send it out to their people, and now we have a suspect description to the officers before they even arrive on the scene. Now we have evidence of the crime that was committed that usually we would have never had anything. The guy might even be gone by the time they get there, but now we have something that we didn't have. And as you can see, we have a map over here, and it's basically the way it works. You have a map. It has camera icons on it, and the call comes in on the radio. The personnel down here, they look for the location. They click on the camera in the area, and they pull it up. It's a pretty amazing piece of technology, and it's very quick, and it's high definition. It's very nice. So then you ask, what else can you do? That real time. Well, what if the crime happened 8, 9, 10 hours ago, and you come home to your house being burglarized? Imagine if your community comes together and decides, well, you know what? I want to share my front door camera with the police department. I want to share our parking lot cameras with the police department. The entrances and exits of these neighborhood associations, we want to get them online so that we have access to them down here. So when somebody does go into your neighborhood and does violate your space, we have that extra tool to actually find these people and pull up descriptions of their cars, look at local traffic cameras and find out where they're at and what they're doing, identify them and get them off the street so that you actually don't have to worry about your house getting broke into. I guess the next question is how do you join? There's no cost. If you already have an online security system for your place of your business, your private school, your apartment complex, your private residence, anything that you want to share that has a public view, we're not asking for private views or anything like that, but anything that you want to share, if it's online, you can fill out a registration form. I have copies here for everybody to look at, and you get that to us. We make sure we get logged in, and then we'll have access to that system. Of course, we're using a new system, as you can see, the one with the map over here. This is the Eagle Eye Systems. It's just a security system that we've started using at a bunch of our city buildings, but it allows us that online link and a first responder share. And if you've been thinking about upgrading your business or your place of residence to a newer, higher tech type security system, this is definitely a good option. You can easily share your video with us anytime you want. You can choose which cameras you'd like to share with us. We really believe this is going to really increase officer safety. It's gonna make sure our officers know more information as they're going from call to call. It's gonna take officers' time off the street, where the center has the access to technology, and the more partnerships we get with businesses and neighborhood associations and things like that, we're able to share that video evidence with our detectives and keep them from spending hours out scouring neighborhoods and scouring locations just to find this evidence. We're gonna try and get it beforehand and have those prearranged agreements with our community leaders so that we can actually help them solve crime and get them on the street and actually get them out there helping citizens when we need them.
In addition to their own business, these cameras can help us to see things that are happening elsewhere. For instance, I have a fairly new home camera system on the outside. I will sign up, and all it will take is a URL code that I know I give to them. They will have access. Tens of thousands of cameras that are out there in public buildings. Every school, we have cameras, and schools have hundreds of cameras each, whether it be inside in the halls or outside. Businesses, and this is really about spreading the gospel for businesses to get in touch with us, and we've got some contact to be able to do that, to sign up free of charge, the ability for us in real time to access what's going on in their facility. Take these neighborhood associations now that we've been helping neighborhoods put in cameras at their entrances. Today, if something happens in a neighborhood, our officers who are investigating have got to go to the neighborhood association, got to get permission from the president, has got to go to the recording, get the camera, spend 2 or 3 hours looking through all of the cameras, the footage in there to get to what they're looking for. If we connect those cameras to this center, and it'll take an internet connection, we can do it all right here.
Good morning. When I was with the police department, one of my first jobs was crime prevention, and my job was to go to businesses and convince them to get an alarm at that time. So we came a long way. The next phase was for them to get a security camera. Now we're in the phase of them signing up to our online program where police can monitor their security camera. That is amazing to me. As you know, when you watch a Crimestoppers segment, sometimes you see blurry images, you see, why don't that business get a better camera system? With Crimestoppers, we're gonna help you support, push this program. Starting with our CART program, which is Coalition Against Retail Theft, we're gonna start soliciting retail businesses to sign on to this program. I cannot tell you how many videos that we get, or still shots that we get from law enforcement that really, we can't enhancement, we can't do anything with it, and it's just a blurry image. Like you said, Mayor, I think this will be a game changer in crime prevention and deterring crime and even capturing criminals. Crimestoppers will try to assist this program any way possible by trying to solicit more businesses to it.
Good afternoon. I'd like us to think conceptually for a minute about what this means. If you think about years and years ago, if you were doing a term paper for school, you went to the library, you found the card catalog, you pulled out the card, you tried to find out where it was in the Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature, or you tried to find the actual book on the shelf, and it took hours and hours to look up just 1 or 2 things. With the access to the internet today, it's one push button and you get gobs and gobs of information. This is our one button internet access. If you look behind me at every one of these pictures, you can conceive a police officer looking at that site. And that's what we want to do. We want to hook up all cameras. So what I want to say to the businesses, and what I want to say to everyone out there, if you have a camera, we want you. And in the next few weeks and months, I'm going to be actually wearing out some shoe leather because I want to talk to businesses and neighborhood associations on how important this is. If you were in the city of Mobile, all over the city of Mobile are stickers that look like this. And it says, "We have a camera and we're watching you." Well, in the city of Montgomery, you're going to see stickers like this. We want these all over the city because we want people to know that these cameras are there. Police have access to them. So we get constant requests on what can we do to help? What can we do to help you fight crime? This is what you can help. You can sign up, you can put this sticker in your window and constantly remind people that police have access to this information. The men and women that you see behind you in this room, they're all for anything that can help us fight crime. And this is one way that we can partner, we can all partner together to do it better. So, if you have a camera, we want it.
I'm excited about this. Just think about that issue we had New Year's Eve, celebratory gunfire. And we got one little shot spotter that's a 1 square mile. Well, what if you start hearing gunfire in a particular neighborhood? You go to the cameras that are in the neighborhood, and you've got such clarity of that digital person that's out there shooting cameras. You can go, you can't make the arrest based on the picture, but you can be in a particular person's face pretty doggone quick. So this is another way, in addition to an ordinance that we're gonna put forth on Tuesday night, to address this celebratory gunfires. What I said when we talked about it, we've got new technology that's coming that will be a better opportunity for us to